What truly separates the wise from the merely smart in today's fast-moving world? Could the habits of highly intelligent women be the blueprint to extraordinary living? Ever wondered what makes her not only intelligent, but completely unstoppable? There is a force in this world that cannot be silenced, a power that stands firm when the storm rages, that walks with confidence when the path is uncertain, and that speaks with wisdom in a world drowning in noise. That force is an intelligent woman. History has tried to ignore her, society has tried to limit her, but no one can deny her. She is the mother who shapes the future, the leader who changes the course of history, the thinker who challenges the status quo. What makes her different, what sets her apart? It's not just talent or opportunity, it's habits. The habits of highly intelligent women are not formed by chance, they are intentional, cultivated, and unshakable. And today I want to share with you the habits that make these women not just smart, but wise, powerful, and unstoppable. A highly intelligent woman does not see failure as an end, but as a beginning. She understands that intelligence is not a fixed trait. It is something that grows, evolves, and strengthens with time and effort. She does not measure her worth by how effortlessly she succeeds, but by how boldly she learns from every experience. Her mindset is not one of limitation, but of expansion, always stretching beyond what she knows, always reaching for new levels of understanding. When faced with challenges, she does not shrink back. Instead, she asks, what can I learn from this? She understands that every setback carries within it a lesson, and every difficulty is an opportunity for growth. Instead of fearing obstacles, she welcomes them, knowing that pressure creates diamonds and fire refines gold. She does not avoid discomfort, but embraces it, for she knows that growth is often found in the very places where others give up. This kind of woman refuses to be defined by past failures. She does not allow mistakes to shape her identity, but instead uses them as stepping stones towards something greater. Where others may see a dead end, she sees a detour leading to a new possibility. She understands that even the most successful women in history did not arrive at greatness overnight. It was persistence, resilience, and an unwavering belief in their ability to grow that set them apart. A woman with a growth mindset is not intimidated by the success of others. She does not see someone else's achievement as a threat, but as proof that greater things are possible. Instead of comparing herself and feeling inadequate, she finds inspiration in the victories of those who have walked before her. She studies them, learns from them, and applies those lessons to her own journey. She knows that true intelligence is not about being the best, it is about becoming better than she was yesterday. She seeks knowledge relentlessly, not because she needs to prove her worth, but because she understands that learning is a lifelong journey. She reads, listens, and asks questions, not afraid to admit when she does not know something. Rather than pretending to have all the answers, she remains teachable, knowing that wisdom is found in humility. She surrounds herself with people who challenge her, conversations that stretch her, and experiences that shape her. Even when others doubt her, she remains firm. She does not wait for permission to grow. She takes responsibility for her own progress. She silences the voices of self-doubt by taking action, proving to herself over and over again that she is capable. She understands that confidence is not something she was born with, it is something she builds with every step she takes outside her comfort zone. This is why a highly intelligent woman never settles. She is always evolving, always learning, always pushing past the limits others try to place on her. She knows that growth is not an event, it is a way of life. And because of this, she is a highly intelligent woman does not merely accept things at face value. She possesses a mind that questions, analyzes, and seeks deeper meaning in everything she encounters. She is not satisfied with surface level knowledge, or simple explanations. She wants to understand the why behind everything. She looks beyond appearances, beyond emotions, beyond fleeting opinions, and seeks the truth that lies beneath. She does not rush to conclusions in a world that demands instant reaction. She takes a step back, allowing herself the time and space. Ta thinks she understands that wisdom is not found in hurried decisions or impulsive judgments, but in careful observation, deep reflection, and the willingness to challenge her own perspective. She knows that the loudest voice is not always the right one, and popularity does not always equal truth. She refuses to be swept away by trends or manipulated by misinformation. Instead, she digs deeper, searching for the foundation upon which real knowledge is built. A deep-thinking woman does not simply memorize facts. She connects ideas. She recognizes patterns, sees relationships between concepts, and understands how one piece of knowledge influences another. She sees the bigger picture, yet she never overlooks the small detail. She has the ability to step outside of conventional thinking and explore possibilities others may not have even considered. This makes her an innovator, a visionary, a woman who can change the course of history with a single idea. She is also deeply introspective. She does not fear looking within, even when it is uncomfortable. She examines her own thoughts, her own motivations, and her own weaknesses, not with self-criticism, but with a desire to grow. She asks herself hard questions. Am I thinking clearly? What is influencing my perception? What biases might I hold? She understands that true intelligence requires self-awareness, and self-awareness requires honesty. This kind of woman is not easily manipulated. She does not blindly follow authority, nor is she easily swayed by emotional appeal. She listens, she considers, and she makes up her own mind. She knows that just because something has always been on a certain way does not mean it is the right way. She is willing to challenge held beliefs if reason and evidence point in another direction, and yet she does not argue for the sake of argument. Her goal is not to prove herself right, but to find what is right. Her depth of thought is not limited to academic pursuits or intellectual debates. It extends to the way she engages with people. She listens intently, not just to respond, but to understand. She asks meaningful questions, seeks to know others beyond the surface, and offers wisdom that brings clarity and direction. Her presence is magnetic because she speaks not just from knowledge, but from deep understanding. A deep-thinking woman does not live passively. She is engaged, aware, and intentional in everything she does. She does not accept the world as it is. She seeks to understand it, challenge it, and ultimately change it for the better. A highly intelligent woman understands that her time, energy, and mental well-being are precious, and she protects them fiercely. She does not apologize for setting boundaries because she knows that without them, she cannot thrive. She has learned that saying yes to everything and everyone is a fast track to exhaustion, resentment, and a diluted sense of self. Instead, she prioritizes what truly matters and makes no excuses for it. She is not afraid to walk away from environments, relationships, and situations that drain her spirit. If something compromises her peace or self-respect, she removes herself without hesitation. This is not selfishness, it is wisdom. She knows that she cannot pour into others if she is constantly depleted. By protecting her space, she ensures that when she does give, she gives fully and from a place of strength. This kind of woman does not entertain toxic relationships, whether personal or professional. She does not allow manipulative people to guilt her into staying in places where she is not valued. She recognizes the difference between compromise and self-sacrifice, between patience and tolerating mistreatment. She listens to her intuition, and when something feels wrong, she does not ignore it. She does not explain herself to those who do not respect her decisions, because she understands that those who truly care for her will honor her boundaries without question. She also knows the power of saying no, not because she is unkind, but because she refuses to overload herself with commitments that do not align with her goals or values. She does not fear disappointing others because she understands that constantly seeking to please everyone is an impossible task. She would rather disappoint someone else than betray herself. She has learned that a no to the wrong thing is a yes to the right thing. Her boundaries extend beyond relationships. They shape her daily life. She is mindful of how she spends her time, ensuring that she invests in things that contribute to her growth, well-being, and purpose. She does not let distractions dictate her schedule, nor does she allow the demands of others to pull her away from her priority. Knows that every choice she makes shapes her future, and she refuses to live reactively. This kind of woman also sets emotional boundaries. She does not allow others to project their insecurities onto her, nor does she absorb negativity that is not hers to carry. She understands that while she can offer support, she is not responsible for fixing everyone's problems. She guards her heart, not by building walls, but by ensuring that those she lets in truly deserve a place in her life. Her boundaries are not acts of defiance, but of self-respect. They are not about shutting people out, but about ensuring that the right people are let in. She does not need validation for protecting her peace, and she does not waver in her decisions. She understands that the ability to set boundaries is not a sign of coldness. It is a mark of intelligence, strength, and wisdom. A highly intelligent woman understands the power of solitude. She does not fear being alone because she knows that solitude is not loneliness. It is a sanctuary where clarity, creativity, and self-awareness thrive. In a world that constantly demands attention, she chooses moments of quiet to reconnect with herself, to listen to the whispers of her own thoughts, and to nurture the depths of her soul. She does not rely on external noise to validate her worth. She does not seek constant distractions to fill the silence. Instead, she embraces those quiet moments as opportunities for growth and renewal. She understands that the most profound insights often come when the world is still, when she steps away from the chaos and allows her mind to wander freely. This kind of woman is not afraid to reflect on her experiences, choices, and emotions. She does not simply go through life reacting to circumstances. She pauses, she evaluates, and she learns. She asks herself hard questions. What can I learn from this situation? How did I contribute to this outcome? What do I need to change moving forward? She understands that true wisdom is not just gained through experience, but through thoughtful reflection on those experiences. She also values solitude because it fuels her creativity. Some of the greatest thinkers, artists, and leaders in history have understood the necessity of stepping away from the crowd to create something meaningful. She knows that in solitude ideas are born. It is in those quiet moments that she connects with her truest self, free from external influence, and allows her mind to explore possibilities without limitation. A woman who embraces solitude is also one who has mastered the art of self-sufficiency. She does not depend on others to entertain her, validate her, or define her happiness. She finds fulfillment in her own company, in the books she reads, in the thoughts she nurtures, and in the peace she cultivates within herself. She does not feel the need to constantly explain herself to the others because she has already taken the time to understand herself. Her moments of solitude also deepen her emotional resilience. When she faces challenges, she does not immediately seek distractions or external validation. Instead, she retreats to reflect, to process, and to regain her strength. She does not suppress her emotions, nor does she allow them to control her. She acknowledges them, understands them, and uses them as tools for personal growth. This kind of woman does not view solitude as isolation, but as preparation, she knows that in those quiet moments, she is sharpening her mind, strengthening her spirit, and aligning herself with her purpose while others may seek constant external stimulation. She finds power in stillness. She understands that the greatest battles are often won in silence, in the moments where she listens to her own heart, aligns with her values, and emerges stronger, wiser, and more focused than before. For a highly intelligent woman understands that words carry power. She does not speak for the sake of filling silence, nor does she use words carelessly. Every sentence she utters has intention, and every conversation she engages in has meaning. She knows that the way she communicates can shape perceptions, inspire action, and even change lives. Because of this, she chooses her words wisely, ensuring that they reflect her values, intellect, and integrity. She is not one to engage in gossip, idle chatter, or meaningless debate. She understands that energy spent on tearing others down or indulging in negativity is energy wasted. Instead, she speaks to uplift, to challenge, and to bring clarity. When she offers advice, it is not empty platitudes, but well thought out wisdom. When she shares her opinion, it is not to prove herself right, but to contribute something valuable to the conversation. She is not afraid to speak her mind, but she does so with respect and purpose. She understands that being intelligent is not about being the loudest voice in the room, but about being the most impactful. She does not seek to dominate discussions, but when she speaks, people listen because her words are deliberate, well informed, and thought-provoking. She is confident in her voice, knowing that her thoughts and perspectives matter. Her communication is also marked by clarity. She does not complicate her message with unnecessary words or convoluted explanations. She knows that true intelligence is not measured by how complex one's speech is, but by how effectively one can convey ideas. Whether she is speaking in a boardroom, comforting a friend, or addressing an audience, she ensures that her words are precise, direct, and powerful. She also understands the importance of timing. She knows when to speak, and when to listen, when to challenge, and when to remain silent. She does not rush to respond, but instead takes the time to think before she speaks. She is aware that the right words at the right moment can change everything, while careless words spoken in haste can do irreparable damage. She values authenticity in communication. She does not sugarcoat the truth to please others, but she also does not use honesty as an excuse for cruelty. She speaks with both strength and compassion, ensuring that her words reflect not just her intellect, but also her character. She knows that true influence is not gained by overpowering others, but by inspiring trust and respect. Her ability to speak with purpose extends beyond verbal communication. She chooses her written words with the same level of precision, ensuring that every message, every email, and every piece of writing reflects her intelligence and professionalism. She is intentional about how she presents herself, knowing that language is one of the most powerful tools a person can wield in a world where words are often used recklessly. She stands apart. She understands that her voice is a gift, and she uses it not to create noise, but to make an impact. A highly intelligent woman is not easily swayed by doubt or fear. She moves through life with unshakable faith and conviction, standing firm in what she believes even when the world around her is uncertain. Her confidence is not rooted in external validation or fleeting emotions, but in a deep, unwavering trust in her purpose, her values, and the greater forces guiding her path. She does not stumble at every challenge or question her worth. When faced with adversity, she presses forward, knowing that her faith is stronger than any obstacle she may encounter. She understands that conviction is not about stubbornness, but about clarity. She has taken the time to search her heart to understand what she truly stands for, and she does not compromise those beliefs for temporary approval. She is not afraid to stand alone if it means standing for what is right. The opinions of the crowd do not dictate her choices, and societal pressure does not shake her resolve. All she walks her own path, knowing that true strength comes from within. Her faith gives her peace in the midst of uncertainty. When others are consumed by doubt, she remains steadfast. She does not allow fear to control her decisions or limit her potential. She believes that every challenge has a purpose, that every setback carries a lesson, and that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth. She does not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but instead, "What can I learn from this?" She trusts that even when she cannot see the full picture, things are unfolding exactly as they should. This kind of woman does not waver in her pursuit of what she believes in, whether it is a dream, a cause, or a vision for her life. She does not give up simply because the road is hard. She understands that great things are never achieved without persistence, and she refuses to be discouraged by temporary failures. She does not let the doubts of others discourage her, because she knows that the greatest achievements often begin with people who dare to believe in something bigger than themselves. Her faith also gives her resilience. When life knocks her down, she does not stay down. She rises stronger and wiser, refusing to let circumstances define her. She does not dwell on past mistakes or allow fear of the unknown to paralyze her. She moves forward with courage, knowing that she is guided, that she is capable, and that her purpose is greater than any setback she may face. Through her unwavering faith and conviction, she becomes a source of inspiration to others. People look to her and see a woman who is unbreakable, who does not compromise her principles for convenience, and who radiates confidence because she knows who she is and what she stands for. She does not waver with the changing tides of the world. She is steady, she is strong, and she is unshakable in the way she lives, loves, and leads. A highly intelligent woman is not defined solely by her knowledge or achievements, but by the way she navigates life. With wisdom, strength, and purpose, she cultivates a growth mindset, understanding that learning never ends and that setbacks are simply stepping stones to success. She is a deep thinker, analyzing the world with curiosity and clarity, never accepting things that face value. She sets boundaries without apology, knowing that self-respect and peace are not negotiable. She embraces solitude and reflection, using quiet moments to sharpen her mind and strengthen her spirit. She speaks with purpose and precision, choosing her words carefully to inspire, uplift, and bring clarity. And above all, she lives with unshakable faith and conviction, standing firm in her beliefs, guided by an inner strength that nothing can shake. This kind of woman is not just intelligent, she is unstoppable. She is not easily swayed by the opinions of others, nor does she seek validation from the world. She walks with confidence, knowing that her worth is not determined by external standards, but by the value she upholds and the impact she makes in a world that often tries to silence, distract, or diminish her. She remains steadfast, powerful, and purpose-driven. The habits of highly intelligent women are not just traits, they are choices made daily with intention and courage. These women are leaders, innovators, and change makers, not because they seek to prove anything, but because they refuse to settle for anything less than the extraordinary. They think deeply, live boldly, and stand firmly in who they are, and in doing so may leave a lasting mark on the world, one that cannot be ignored, one that inspires others to rise to their fullest potential.